project. Dr. Marko Komac, who's a PhD, he's an independent consultant, a Eurogeologist. He's the president of the European Federation of Geologists, EFG. He is an external researcher of the University of Ljubljana and an associate professor for GIS at the University of Nova Gorica. He was in the board of director. Actually, he was the director of the Geological Survey of Slovenia, sorry for that, and he was the member of the board of EFG, vice president of IUGS, and he was the president of Eurogeosurveys. He has more than 20 years experience in landslide analysis, GIS, and remote sensing and data management, and involved in several European Union projects. So, Marko, would you please share your presentation?
Thank you, Tamas. Can you see my presentation?
That's correct, yes.
Perfect. Welcome, everybody. I won't introduce myself anymore because Tamas gave a really thorough introduction. So I'm really glad to participate at the activity that also addresses the younger generation, which I think it's very important. And it's not only my opinion, it's the opinion of the whole, I would say, and don't get me wrong, the older generation in our field. So welcome everybody to this Miskolc organized Raw Materials University Day. I thought of it how to address the issue, and I found some interesting links which I'm going to present in my presentation. So Europe is facing huge challenges, and we all know that at the same time Europe is heavily investing in research and development. So this is something that has to be exploited up to 120%, not only to 100%. And I'm going to give you an insight on what we've done in one of the projects that European Federation of Geologists is involved in, and that's an INFACT project that was funded. I say was. It's still ongoing, but in a couple of months it's going to end. So basically it's what has been done, more or less, has been done. Now we only provide the final reports and details on our results. So the INFACT project was funded by the Horizon 2020 program. And since today is going to be talked a lot about energy transition, the new agenda, the new goals of European Union, I won't go into details. But what I wanted to point out is that Europe is facing huge challenges in the area of raw materials, especially metallic raw materials, because the demand is rising. If we want to transition to a cleaner energy, we need more metallics, we need more complex metal alloys, especially in the area of rare earth elements and high-tech metals like gallium, germanium, platinum group, and other alloy metals. But the problem is that Europe is recovering or recycling very poorly. And we still need a lot of imported raw materials that we need for this transition. We are all aware of that, even the public. But the irony is that the public wants to follow the transition, but they actually don't want any mining to be happening in Europe. And it's a bit old survey, but it gives you an impression how well the mining and exploration, which INFACT focused on, how well this is accepted in Europe. And you will see that our responsibility is rated among the worst in comparison to other industries. So this is not very promising for introducing back the mining in Europe. Although it's now a modern way of mining, it's not a traditional mining as we see it from pictures from 19th and 18th century, but people are not aware of that. And to show you even a bit newer information or results of Global Reputation Industry questionnaire, which is from the last year. And even in the world perspective, among the informed general public, you should be aware of that, the mining and exploration related to it, again, rates really low. So this is something that we have to deal with. That this is a huge challenge that Europe is facing. And how can we do that? We've thought about 3 to 4 years ago about a way how to address this. And I'm going to present you really quickly what the INFACT project did. So not only that we've addressed the technical challenges, which are developing new ideas, new technologies, how to explore potential mineralizations in Europe, but also we almost with the half of the project, we focused on how these approaches are perceived by the public, how they are welcomed, or what are the fears of the general public and stakeholders involved. And since we didn't want to invent the wheel, we also looked abroad to other continents, to other countries, non-European countries, to see how they solve this issue. And there were 16 partners. I won't go into details. The Helmholtz Institute was the coordinator. And the objectives of the projects were to establish reference sites, to build up some certification scheme, and to build the credibility of the exploration and mining in Europe. And let me go through those three rather quickly. So what we've thought of is that we need to have some reference sites where we will test technically and socially test our new developed methodologies. And we've come up with the three very representative sites, one in Spain, in Andalusia, one in Germany, in Gaia, and the third one in Sakati in Finland. So why did we choose those three different sites? First of all, those are very geologically and geographically representative, but they're also socially representative. We know that Europe has different cultures, and different cultures with different historical backgrounds have different perception about mining. So we also wanted to address that. And then based on what we've done within the project, we've come up with some protocols how to properly engage with the technical benchmarking and also with the social benchmarking of the novel technologies. And at the end, of course, we wanted to be as credible as possible with developing these tools. And we included the local stakeholders, local, regional, and national stakeholders throughout the whole project, throughout the whole process, to really have the insight and feedback from those stakeholders that are important. But we didn't only focus on the stakeholders at national, local, and regional level. We also wanted to help the European Commission to develop a sort of credible policy how to address the future mining in Europe. And as we speak, the discovery roadmap for the future mining or the mineral exploration in Europe is being prepared. It's almost finished. So this is an important document that will help also the decision makers and policymakers to build upon. And what were the results? So I'm just going to fly briefly through the technical results. We did test 13 state-of-the-art and 31 innovative surveys in the reference sites, those three reference sites. We did some ground acquisition data to back up the results, to test those results. And there are some really interesting interests from the industry that develops the novel techniques of remote sensing and non-invasive technology for exploration, to test their technologies in those three reference sites. As per the social and outreach results, we can divide them into groups. So social outreach or results are the first. We established European reference sites, as I already told you. But in addition to that, we also developed the Social License to Operate Index, which helps the experts to assess how good they are in communicating with stakeholders, what is the missing issues in that communication. And for the exploration experts, we also developed the decision tree to follow. It's really a dummy decision tree but, to follow, and it's rather simple. So it's easy to follow and easy to come through, involving all the necessary steps. As per the outreach results, we were a bit innovative. So what we've developed is, for example, we've made a trailer and a video for non-technical public about the exploration. It's really great one. If you have a time, please go and look at it. Then we also shot several videos like INFACT talks with experts and INFACT lessons learned with partners. So what did we learn during the project? We had several media campaigns, and we built up the Citizens Corner where people concerned could actually and directly address the project partners and consortium with their questions in 4 languages, so Spanish, German, Finnish, and English. And we did integrate what we've learned into formal education in university courses in all 3 countries of the reference sites. And in December, just before we end the project, we are organizing a high-level virtual event with the National History Museum of London, addressing the mining and the future scenarios of exploration and mining in Europe or in the world. So how can a project like this support the action plan on critical raw materials? There are 10 actions in that plan, but I'm going to address only 4 of them, since I think these are really important and being addressed in our project. So one is mapping the potential supply of secondary critical raw materials in Europe, identifying the priority mining projects, develop the expert skills, and deploy the Earth observation programs. So again, how can INFACT help to address those? So mapping out the important areas, it's really important. Defining the future, the most promising projects that can support the action plan, it's extremely important. Putting what we know into curriculum is something that addresses the younger generation and their capabilities of how they will deal with these challenges. And of course, using the novel techniques to actually come to better understanding of what we have underground in Europe. And with this, I thank you for your attention. And if you have any questions, I'm here available. Otherwise, I wish you a successful meeting.